Hi there, hello, good evening. My name is Jess O'Reilly. I am a sex and relationship expert, and I am here tonight with Zapeel, a totally cool new dating app that is all about videos. So wherever you're tuning in from, let me know, say hello, follow along, give me some hearts. Hi there. Hey Megan, how are you? Thanks for tuning in. I see that a bunch of people are coming on board and I'm very excited. This is all about tips for successful online dating. Tips for successful online dating for you. We're going to take it to the next level. Hey there, Alicia. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for all the love. So, before we get to the online dating and talking about Zapeel and all of my top science-based tips, I want to go back a little. I want to go back to a time when dating apps didn't even exist. Online dating didn't exist. This is the 60s. I wasn't even alive. That's how old it was, and I'm like 100. Just kidding. All right, so it's 1960. Steve and Susie are going on their very first date. So Steve comes to Susie's door. Susie's mom lets him in and says, "Come on in, do you want some apple pie?" That's how I picture the 60s, okay? And she says, "What are you two kids up to for the evening?" And Steve says, "Well, we're gonna go to a movie, maybe get some milkshakes." Again, these are things that I envision people doing in the 60s. "And then maybe we're gonna go dancing." And Susie's mom says, "Oh, you're gonna have such a great time." Susie loves to screw. Steve's like, okay, and he's kind of rejigging the plans for the night, thinking, okay, maybe we can leave the milkshakes out. If mom says Susie likes to screw, he says, "Pardon?" And mom says, "No, I mean, she loves to screw. She could screw all night long." So Susie comes down, they go out for their date. 45 minutes later, Susie comes busting through the front door, pissed at her mom, and she says, "Mom, it's the twist. The dance is called the twist." You think it's funny? Let me know. All right, so obviously dating has changed since the 60s. It's no longer about the twist. It's about the Twitter, the twerk, maybe even the Tinder. But we are here to talk about online dating because we know things have changed. So wherever you're tuning in from, make sure you say hi and let me know where you're at. I'm happy to take questions, of course, and any of your comments, weigh in. If other people have questions, I want you guys to chime in with the answers as well. And if I miss your question, just like post it a second time so I can catch it, because sometimes it's a little bit hard to keep up. All right, so to begin with, my first tip for successful online dating, hi Diana, is this. Size up your competition. Creep your competition. Now, I use the word competition in the friendliest of ways, in quite a broad way, all right? This doesn't mean that it's about seeking and destroying, okay? But what I mean is find out who else like you is online, all right? So if you are a 33-year-old woman in Toronto, check out other 33-year-old, or 30 to 35-year-old women in Toronto. Check out their profiles. Creep their profiles. Find out, what do y'all have in common? What makes some of them stand out? And then you can craft your profile based on what you've learned. So if there's something you like, don't copy it. Be inspired by it, okay? You can emulate it. It's not copying, it's being inspired. Let their strong points be your inspiration and learn from their weaker spots too. You might find that you see a bunch of repeated cliches in their profiles, and it'll help you to identify them in your own. If you see something over and over again, you probably don't want to be using it. Hey there, Jeff from San Francisco. I just went through San Francisco last week. Thanks there, and hey, good for her. Thanks to all of those who are sharing the video. If you have any single friends, please do share the video. And again, if you have any questions, drop me them, and I'm going to do my best to answer them. All right, so you're checking out your competition. You're going to see, okay, are there cliches that are repeated that I should avoid? You might see some really great photos and say, oh, I should kind of snap some photos that look similar to that. Or you might see in your competition's profile some kind of over-touched photos and you're like, oh my goodness, I'm guilty of that. I went a little too far with the Facetune. Yes, guilty as charged. All right. Hey there, Michael. Well, I really recommend you check it out, and I'm here with Zapeel. Michael says that his dad has been trying to get him to do online dating for years. Well, your dad's ahead of the curve. Isn't that funny when it works the other way in terms of generations? So Michael, check out Zapeel. I'll tell you more about it after, all right? So you're checking out your competition. You see, oh, this is what they do well with photos. This is what they don't do well. And you just adjust your profile accordingly. Remember, this isn't actually about competition. This is really about learning from other people, all right? From their experiences. And don't get discouraged if all the so-called competition looks amazing. That just means that you are in good company. It means that there are high quality, totally awesome people just like you online. So it should actually be motivating. Thanks for the love. Hey there, Mimi, how are you? Thanks guys for tuning in. Give me the love if you like it. Make sure to share it with your friends if you've got friends who are single and dating or looking at dating. So a recap, just like you would do in business, check out the landscape, check out the competition, see what's out there. Hey Tanya, guys, let me know where you are tuning in from. Now, number 2, when it comes to writing your profile, here's what I've got in mind. And I think this could be fun. I could see this being a wine night, which you know is fun for me. So you get a bunch of your friends, maybe 4 or 5, to write you a really, really short profile. All right, so if they were to write your dating profile, what would it look like? Just 1 line or 2 lines, okay? Hey there, saying hey. Heather met on the internet. Okay, awesome. All right, and thanks to everyone else tuning in. Say hello. Let me know where you're tuning in from. Let me know if you have questions. I'm going to tell you all of these tips as well as Zapeel. Hey there, Jody. All right, so you're going to get your friends to help you write your profile, but you're going to do it in your own words. So you're going to say, okay, if you were writing me a dating profile, what would you write? Go ahead and write mine if you want. Kind of scary, right? Old lady married all these years. No, just kidding. All right, so they're going to write their profile, and then you're going to read them all, and you're going to put them together and say, all right, here are the common themes. So if a bunch of your friends say, oh, Jess is the life of the party. All right, everybody thinks they're the life of the party. You're not actually the life of the party, unless all your friends say you're the life of the party, or you're like the bad life of the party, where all the attention's on you and they have to take you out. Yeah, I know all about that too from years ago. Hey, Megan from Grand Rapids. So I actually did this little activity. So I'm going to need my phone. I did this activity with Nicole. So Nicole recently joined Zapeel, and we had her friends write her a profile. So Nicole, come on in here.
Awesome.
Say hello.
Hi, everyone.
You're dating.
Yes.
You're single but dating.
Single and ready to mingle.
How's it going? Come on in.
I feel like it's challenging just because there's so many people out there, and Toronto's such a big city, and there's a wide variety of people looking for different things. So it's difficult to find someone that kind of aligns with the same thing you're looking for.
All right. So we have a bunch of Nicole's friends. Did what I told them to do. They sent me, so you haven't really read them through thoroughly or anything. They sent me Nicole's. Are you getting nervous?
Yeah. Can you tell I'm flustered?
They sent me Nicole's ideal dating profile, so what they would write. So let's see what they wrote for you. And I don't have their names, so I can't tell you which one sent which. So one says, your typical cheery, bubbly, high energy girl next door with the... I can't say this one.
TMI.
It basically says that she's not as innocent as she looks. That's what it says. So that's what one of your friends says. Okay. All right. The next one says, driven, confident, and bubbly. There's that word bubbly again. With a love of trying new foods, running, and being a social butterfly.
I think that fits me pretty well. Okay. It's interesting to see that how there's a
Don't
theme.
peek.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. It's interesting to see how there's like a theme going along with this.
I think Emma's saying hi to you.
Hi, Emma.
Hey, Emma. How's it going? All right. So you are clearly bubbly. You like foods.
Yes.
I can't read the other part about how she's not as innocent as she looks. And then the next person, she gave her name, but I'm not going to give it to you. So these again are her friends. Says, probably the most interesting person you'll meet. Swipe right if you think you can keep up with me. Oh, that's kind of cute.
Yeah.
All right, so my idea is you take information like this. Maybe you have a glass of wine, talk it over with your friends, and then you rewrite your own profile in your own words. What do you think?
I like that. I feel like it's all tied into perception, and you may have a certain view of yourself, and what other people see from the other side is completely different. So it just plays along with that. And
yeah.
It's nice to see.
Maybe I'm not as cool as I think I am. I'd say I'm cultured. My friends would say that, I don't know, So, I mean, it's okay. I'm not writing a dating profile. It's totally fine. So this is the idea. You take all of this info and then you, of course, put it in your own words because you don't want this to be something your friends wrote. That's a mistake I think some people make where their friends sign them up for some sort of a dating site and ultimately they're not really in the game. You've actually got to put some effort in. So you take this, you aggregate it, you summarize it, you pull the key points like bubbly and definitely not as innocent as she looks.
Oops.
And then you create your profile. So you think you can do that?
Definitely.
Okay,
All right,
awesome.
let's do it.
All right. Nicole will probably be back. She's going to go play with this app a little bit more. So one of the advantages, I'll give you my phone back, one of the advantages I think of having your friends write your profile ultimately is that they're going to help you to market yourself better than you ever can. Because I think, you know, sometimes we're too shy or we're too humble and we don't really build ourselves up. And Megan says your friends can either build you up or take you down a peg. Yeah, it depends on the friends, I'm sure. And hi there, Lori. Thanks so much for tuning in. Again, guys, if you have questions or anything, please chime in with your questions and we're going to keep going with these tips, all right? So your friends are going to build you up or, as Megan said, take you down a peg. And I've got a second approach to writing your online dating profile. I don't know if you'll like this one, but I'm a huge fan of it. And this is to pull from your social feed. So if you're on Twitter or you're on Snap, go to your account and pull your latest or your most popular tweets and snaps and put them in your profile because it kind of is a glimpse of who you are. And some people say that social media is fake, but in this year, in 2017, this is who we are, right? This is absolutely the digital age. And in the digital age, and when we look back 10, 20, 30 years from now, what we're gonna see is that we were a sum of our social posts for better or for worse. So I was looking at my Twitter profile here and I have some of my latest tweets. So if I was creating a dating profile, I might share some of my latest tweets. And I think this is a really fun way to say who I am because it's so easy to say like, oh, I'm outgoing and I'm fun and I'm adventurous and I'm open-minded, but then my tweets are exactly the opposite. Ha, liars. So my latest tweets are, let me get these. Bathroom sex positions from Sex with Dr. Jess. What happens to your brain during sex? Oh, kudos to Yelp for helping find all gender bathrooms. This is a pretty cool thing. Pleasure Chess, thank you so much for sharing my video and thank you to all of you who are sharing them. I see all those shares and give me some love because I always can need your love, positive reinforcement. How to have multiple orgasms, that's another tweet of mine. And then my latest tweet is enjoying one of my favorite red wines, life is good. Yeah, okay, so I think that my dating profile using my tweets ultimately paints a pretty fair picture of me. I think I could get a date, maybe with all those sex tweets, not exactly the type of date I'd be looking for, but you know, it's there. So consider putting some of your social content without having to share your handle or your account or anything like that. Consider putting it into your profile, and I think it paints a nice picture of you. Hi there, Jeff. I'm going to get to your questions as soon as I can. All right, tip number 3. You knew this was coming. Use video. All right, video gets more clicks. Some data says that any video that you put in marketing gets 3 times the clicks versus other media like photos. But I was reading a study today that said that when you include video in an ad, it gets 28 times the clicks of a traditional banner ad. Now, I know that you are not an advertisement in a traditional way, but we've got to talk about video if we're talking about anything online. And I am here today thanks to Zapeel. And Zapeel is this totally cool app that is revolutionizing online dating. I promise this isn't going to be an ad. This is really just me describing something that I think could change the dating game. And so with this app, all right, you're able to create a video profile. And let me just say, I know it can sound a little bit scary to create a video profile, but it's a little bit easier than it sounds. Before we go on, Nicole says, the best advice I've been giving is be yourself. If you're not being honest, you're starting off on the wrong foot for sure. And we know people lie all the time. Hi there, Tristan. Thanks for tuning in. So here's the thing. People lie with their photos. They do things to make themselves seem 3 inches taller or 3 inches shorter or 30 pounds lighter or 30 pounds heavier or 12 years younger or 12 years older in some cases. But with video, you can certainly filter a little bit, but I don't think you can lie, all right? You can't go to the extremes that we see people going to with Photoshop and all of these apps, right? You can't fake a video profile. You can try it a few times, which is totally cool. It's kind of like taking a selfie, right? If I'm going to take a selfie right now, you know I'm not going to use the first one, right? It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 19 filter, and then we're good, all right? But I don't want to go fully and Photoshop one eye up here and one shoulder over there. Same thing for video. So if you want a real relationship, you have to be real. And Zapeel is an app that I think really caters to real people looking for real relationships. So this is how the app works. You can upload a photo, but you can also upload a video profile. And before you get intimidated by the prospect of a video profile, I want to totally assuage those fears. It's not that bad, and actually it's really, really fun because it can be 20 seconds or 30 seconds long, and you can use an existing app to upload photos. So for me, for instance, I'm really comfortable with Insta stories. I do my Insta stories. Maybe I try twice at some of them, but they're really short. Throw a simple filter on them, and then I can upload that as my video profile. So similarly, you can do this with Insta stories, and you can do this with Snapchat. You basically just make your little video that says, hey, I'm Jess, I'm super fun loving, and I'm looking for someone who can put up with my chaos and lack of predictability, because that's all I bring to the table, other than an unlimited lifetime supply of lube, right? So I would say who I am and what I'm looking for, and it's really, really short. I might make it in Insta Stories, save it to my phone, and upload to Zapeel. So I think this is really cool because you can actually integrate the apps that you're using every day, all right? I know, Jeff, I'm going to get to you. He wants to know a good app for finding a third. We're going to get that for you. You're going to pull some up for me, right there, B? All right. So your video can be super short. It can be casual. It's not for broadcast TV. It's just a short clip. And I saw this clip on the Zapeel Facebook page that I think you can check out. So head on over to Facebook, Zapeel, or you can go to zapeel.com. So there is this video by a guy, I believe his name is Ryan. And it's just him in his kitchen saying, hey, I'm Ryan. I'm having a bourbon, I'm catching crabs, no, just kidding. I'm making crabs in the oven, my potatoes are ready, I like to cook, I like sports, I'm looking for someone fun like that who wants to dance. That's it. Nothing intimidating, and it's not polished or edited, it's just Ryan being Ryan. So head on over to Facebook's page for Zapeel and check out that video. And of course, you can try the video a few times until you get used to it. So I love this idea. And there are all these advantages to, of course, using a video app like Zapeel for dating, all right? So first of all, with video, you get a better feel for the person, right? So you really can, tell a little bit more about them because you see their mannerisms, you see their body language, which we'll talk about in a moment. You hear their voice, you hear their tone, you see the way they move, and all of these things matter in dating. The second thing is, video is actually more flattering than photography. So if I just sit here still like this, it's way less flattering than if I move around and I'm myself and I'm flailing the arm man and all that stuff, all right? So video is more flattering once you get used to it. You can let your personality shine, you can joke around, you pick up on their energy, and we have evidence that video actually is more effective at helping people to assess chemistry. So ultimately it saves you time. Here's the other thing. If you're really serious about online dating, if you post a video, you will get more attention. Video now accounts for 74% of all web traffic. 3/4 of what's on the web is video. Click-through rates in email campaigns, I was reading, are 65% higher if the word video is in the subject line. People like video. Want people to like you? Make a little video. It doesn't have to be that complicated. Videos are ultimately what sell products because we're drawn toward them. We're more likely to click on a video about a product, and I know you're not a product, you're a human being, but dating is a little bit like sales and marketing, and that's okay. So with Zapeel, you not only can put a video in your profile, but you can also send voice notes and video chat and send little video messages, and ultimately this saves you time, okay? So just like in the business world, video conferences is saving companies time, money, increasing productivity. We're gonna see the same as Zapeel takes off in the online dating game. It's more efficient, You're going to see fewer errors where you go on a date with someone that you're totally incompatible with because they were really good at writing and filtering and photoshopping their photos. We're going to see these time wasters eliminated. So do use a mix of video and photos. So you just started, Nicole, if you can come again, do you mind? You just started using Zapier.
Yeah.
So tell me about it.
So when you first sign up, it tells you to connect with Facebook, and then it goes through a list of questions about which gender you're attracted to, male, female, both. Exactly. It asks you for your kind of body weight or frame structure, I guess. So
how you want to describe yourself.
Yeah, exactly. So there's athletic, curvy, I think there's average build, and it also asks you your height, so you can kind of choose a range between.
Do you like that? Because you're really tall.
I am really tall, yeah.
I thought she was really short before I met her. And I don't know, I'm really short, but I look really tall because 9-inch heels. And I'm sitting on a high stool right now. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I just
melting into the background.
I just have very erect posture because I studied Suzuki method piano.
I'm all legs. Oh, I did too.
Oh, that's so funny. Sorry. So back to Nicole and Zapier.
So, and then it asks you questions about if you're a smoker, if you have kids, things of that nature. And then it goes into your profile and it shows you all the people that you are in your area you might have matched with.
You can go by distance.
Exactly.
Can I say something about distance? Expand your distance, people. You do not need to date within 30 miles, 50 miles, 50 kilometers, all right?
I think I'm guilty of that one.
Oh my goodness, because I work all over the world. I just came from, where did I come from? I guess I just came from San Diego. I was in Jamaica. I was in 15 cities in the last, 3 weeks, all right? And I meet these couples, especially I find couples overseas are so good at dating across borders. Like I met this couple where he's from Poland, she's from Ireland. They met online and they've been together 15 years. I met another couple from Zurich. One of them is from, I think, Oregon, and the other one is actually from Japan. Now they're in Zurich and they're married and they met online. So I'm not saying you have to go that far, but please, like if you're in the GTA, for instance, if you're in Toronto, you can date Mississauga. If you're in Mississauga, you can date Sudbury. It's not that far. Oh my goodness, don't close your mind. Open your mind.
So it lets you change that distance as well. And then it also asks you to put in an age range of people that you'd want to connect with. So I think I have mine currently set for...
Ooh, he's cute.
Oh yeah, totally.
So the people who are like married, we are very, very fascinated by dating apps. And I love this.
Right?
Oh, so cute.
So I have mine set to ages 23 to 35. And then I have the distance set to
31 miles. I'm just going to adjust that a little bit.
200
miles. That's not far. I guess that's about 310 kilometers. Come on.
Perfect. And then you can also unlock features that allow you to post certain attributes to your profile. So if you want to showcase your height or you want to showcase whether you have kids or if you're a smoker.
I'd want to showcase that I don't smoke. Okay, yeah. I gotta ask you, what's your favorite feature?
I have to say I love the opportunity to put up videos and kind of read the way someone speaks, because I think voice is so crucial to attraction. And I think that...
for women especially.
Right?
The way people sound. Like, why do you think I like Don Draper so much? It's his voice and the fact that he doesn't talk at all.
Yeah, John Hamm, yeah.
I'm sure he's not that deep in real life. I think it was a part of the character. Yeah, voice is a big deal.
It is.
And you can send the voice messages.
I love that.
Don't you think it would save you time?
Oh yeah, instead of texting back and forth, just sending a quick video message about what you're doing or what you're thinking, and it's more organic, I find, than a text message. I feel like a lot of people really edit their texts before they send them. So like they just think about, oh, what's the perfect way to say this? Right. As opposed to like an organic, genuine response.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. So bottom line for me, because I'm all about efficiency, it's going to be more efficient. Using this video app, Zapier, is going to save you time. You're not going to go on a date where they look really great and they're great at writing, but when they talk, you're like...
Or it's like monotone. That would be the worst. Imagine sitting at a date, just dinner, just droning on like 5th grade math class.
And sound is so erotic, so crucial to relationships. All right, so I'm glad you go have your fun with it.
Perfect.
She's still, I think, getting over what her friends wrote, especially the first one that I couldn't read. Okay, so Hi there, Sharon and Jeff. I'm gonna try and get to all of your questions. So basically, whether you decide to use photos or videos or text, and I of course recommend that you use all of them. Another tip and another component that you want to take into consideration is body language. All right, so you probably heard that 93% of communication is body language and tone. That what you say is only 7% of what people receive. Yeah, false, totally wrong. Okay, so I was digging through this research while I was looking at this topic, and it's totally not accurate, totally taking out of context. What you say is really important, but your body language is also important. Not to the point that it's like half of what you say, but when you're meeting someone for the first time, when they're checking out a video, looking at a photo, it matters. Hi there, Kelsey from Lowell, Michigan. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but thanks for tuning in. So, all right. Body language and online dating. First, I was reading all of the research, digging through the data, and it says that you should have a big open arm profile. I got my arms out, like I'm gonna like drop down and get my eagle on or something like that. Okay, arms out and open. That's a little bit weird to me, but in video, you can open yourself up, I think, a lot more naturally, right? You're not gonna have a profile where you stand like this, despite what the data says. So I was reading all these different studies about speed dating, about online dating, about in-person dating, and they were saying that when you have a photo or you present yourself open, it makes you seem more attractive, it makes you seem higher status, it makes people see you as more dominant and more willing to share. All right, so that's cool. But I think that video really gives you an opportunity to open up and just gesticulate and be yourself. Whenever I see videos of myself, I was on television this morning, my hands go all over the place. I don't know if that's why people like me or hate me, but ultimately you want to open your body up, all right? And that's why video is really so effective, because you can gesticulate, you can juggle even. You know I can juggle if you know me, all right? Now I really want you to use all the tools at your disposal without making excuses, and video is just one of them, but do not make excuses for not using it if you're actually serious about dating. So I want you to head on over to the App Store, to the Google Play Store, and check out this app, ZEPEEL, or you can go to ZEPEEL.com, and I can maybe stick that in the comments right there, and put Zapeel.com so you all can find it. Now, some other body language tips for dating. Smile. Not maniacally like that one, okay? I'll work on this one. When I make jokes, I tend to be really deadpan, but smiling helps you to relax. It's a chemical reaction. It makes you more likable. And if you're on a date or you're chatting, you can often tell if someone is faking a smile if they only smile with their lips. So real smiles, let me get up close, get little crinkles in the corner. Yeah, I've got crinkles, okay? That's a real smile. I'm having fun. I'm smiling with my eyes. And I guess if they've got like way too much going on there, maybe they won't have wrinkles. But I got the little crinkles. It means I actually am happy and like you. And when you decide to meet in person, look for body language cues that show you that they're into you. So number one, their feet are pointed at you. Even if their body is turned, if their feet are pointing at you, that is a good sign that they're actually into you, all right? Next, are they mirroring your body language? If they are following your body language, like when you lean in, they lean in, when you kind of open up, they open up, that is a sign that they feel a connection and a bond to you. And of course, you're just going to gauge whether they're trying to create space, like are they sitting back at the table like this? I don't know, maybe they ordered the fish and it smells or something like that, all right? But ultimately, if they're coming in close to you, it's a sign that they just want to be closer. So pay attention to those body language cues, and especially look for the smizes, right? The eyes actually have to move. Now finally, as you are completing your dating profile, I'm going to give you a tip here that I think is really, really useful. My last tip, well, not quite last, is to be specific. Wait, don't tune out yet. When I say be specific, I mean don't include broad statements. Things like, oh, I love adventure. I'm a passionate person. I'm so active. No. Tell me what those things actually entail. If you say you love food, say, I love food, and this is what's in my refrigerator right now. In my fridge, there's some homemade jerk sauce. Yep. And green smoothies. That's all I got, all right? But I do love food. I got Uber Eats on there, right there on the app. So show them what's in your refrigerator. You can actually do this, of course, via a little video clip on Zapeel. So maybe you're attracting someone who loves food just like you. If you're active, Tell me the last mountain you climbed or the last bike trail that you discovered, all right? Be specific. No broad statements. I'm giving you the words here, all right? If you love adventure, post about the last adventure you went on. I love adventure, and my latest escapade involved a trip after work to the knife throwing range. This is a real thing, all right? Say that. Say, oh, you know, I wasn't really that good at it, but it was really, really fun. I'm working on it, okay? Tell me, yes, Nicole says, tell me the last movie or book you enjoyed. Absolutely. All right, so all experts are going to tell you show, don't tell. And of course, now you have multiple ways to do so now that you have a dating app that is really more focused on video. And again, if you're not quite ready for the video, you can still check out Zapeel and upload your photo and play with it until you find a thing, you know, an approach that works for you. But I really think that the Insta Stories, the Snap is an easy way to go, where you just create a 10 or 15 second video so that people can get a feel for you. And one more online dating tip before we go. Have fun at it, okay? Enjoy it. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be filtered. Enjoy the good dates, enjoy the bad ones, and if you actually want to find a life partner, give up on finding a soulmate. I am completely serious. Once you realize that you can live a happy, healthy, fulfilling relationship with more than one of the 7 billion people on this earth, you're more likely to find dates worth going on. You're less likely to worry about the fact that, they ordered peas on their salad and I hate peas. Really, you're going to give up on a date because they ate peas? We need to relax. I don't want to say standards because they're not really standards, but relax our expectations. All right, so let's do a little recap on the tips if I can remember them all. So first, check out your competition and learn from them. Don't see them as competition, see them as inspiration. Second, do what I did to poor Nicole and get your friends to write a quick 2-line profile for you. Read them all, put them all together, all right? And Emma's right, the bad dates do make the best stories. Number 3, fill up your profile with some of your top tweets and Insta stories. I think that really paints a picture of who you are. And if you're embarrassed about those, you might want to reconsider what you're posting. Number 4 is, of course, use a video app like Zapeel. It's pretty cool that you can actually communicate via video. For me, I really don't like wasting time. I love life. I love every moment of it, and I don't want to waste time if there's not going to be any chemistry, right? So like Nicole said, voice is very important to her. I'm very attracted to voices. It's a really big thing for me, so I totally hear that. Next, be aware of your body language, all right? So again, you don't have to drop down and get your eagle on, but just be open, all right? And a video gives you a chance to be that way and have fun with it. And check your partner's or your date's body language as well to see, you know, are they being totally honest with you? And then finally, be specific. Don't say I love culture. Tell me what that means. What does that mean? I'm so into culture. All right. Does that mean you like to watch The Bachelorette with your friends? Or does that mean that you just discovered a really cool podcast on emerging Canadian artists? And I'm not saying one of those is necessarily better than the other, but being specific is going to help you to attract someone with whom you're a good fit. And then the last one was, of course, let go of the soulmate myth. You're not going to live happily ever after, but you can live very, very happily and fulfilled, whether you're singled or coupled or threesomed or whatever you like. All right there, Jeff? Right. So I want to say thanks for tuning in. Thanks for all of your questions. If you're watching the replay, you can certainly ask questions as well, and I'll try and get back to you as soon as I get a chance on Facebook. And please, again, if you have single friends, I really think they can benefit from this app, Zapeel. So share this video with them, share Zapeel.com with them, invite them to it. So thank you, Zapeel, for bringing me out tonight. Everyone can head to Zapeel.com or download on Google Play or the App Store. And I will see you all later. I am off to the beautiful beaches of Winnipeg, Canada, Manitoba, Canada tomorrow, and then heading out to Dubai and Lebanon and continuing to Europe for a tour. So I'm sure I will see many of you on Insta Stories. Thank you again to Zapeel, and thank you to everyone who shared this video and chimed in. I know this is a personal and sensitive topic, but definitely worth talking about because it's all about love in the end. Good night, guys.